So you know you're going up against some real beasts, to keep it simply here. And as you had said, Mimi, you're asking a lot of these young men to go up onto this stage and have to put up numbers against the likes of Leaf, against the likes of Val and Jonah P.
DRX now only have one player who has the legacy of the DRX of old, of the Vision Strikers, of the team that was always on top in Korea. They've been a team in the past who hasn't put the trust in their young players, that has subbed people out in the middle of seasons and made swaps back and forth. Now they have to have full trust. They stake their year on this game.
Yeah, and no hesitation has to be also on the side of G2. We need to see Jaw shining from the beginning. We need to see all of those circumstances and honing in onto every single mistake, every single gap that DRX is going to be leaving on the map. I want to see them play the attack from the defender spawn, basically.
Pretty much. I mean, there's going to be so much pressure for both of these teams here. But if there's one thing that we know about both DRX and G2 is that they shine in these moments. So let's go ahead and get the show on the road. DRX is fighting for their tournament lives, and it's only fitting that we have these two guys making the call. Here's Achilles and Paper Thin.
Mild shock, here we are back for another day of champs, but this time elimination is on the line. One of these two teams will have their run come to its conclusion right here, right now.
It's hard to imagine, especially for G2, that they'd be in this position already, but with a tough upper bracket opponent in Paper Rex, they fell. It was oh so close. And DRX, to their credit, gave Fnatic a run for their money on those first couple of maps. That 10-2 start onto Haven. The comeback from Fnatic, though, seemingly doing tons of mental damage. Can they rebound here today? Can G2 rebound after such a tough loss to Paper Rex? Those are the questions for me, is whose mental is going to be stronger today, and it's going to be a brawl here to start outside of C.
You know, already the 4v4 stack set up here. Just thrown up over the top, going to be able to spot out plenty. Mako tucked there into the corner, ready with the paranoia, but doesn't get the opportunity to send it. And it's going to be a full ship across the map, one of which that DRX is quite far behind. TP across from Flashback to try to reinforce this position, but that site should be primed for the taking.
I'd like to see them get a little bit pacier ahead of this, see if they can prevent the plant if possible. They do pop the vine, so they're giving themselves an opportunity here to maybe cause a little chaos.
Get themselves in a position. Spike going to be going down here from Jonah P. No way to try to dissuade that here for now. Shot across. Jogamo going to get tagged up down to 45. Swing onto the corner, trying to utilize that frenzy, but nearly gets spammed out, and as he swings, Hyunmin is there to collect. A 3v5 now for the retake. Valen able to find one, finds two. It's Mako, does put him down. Salvo sent to try to delay. Trent still with another pulse ready to go. Fires it out. Just looking to buy some time, keep them off of this spike. Players suffering a good, strong amount of damage here on the side of DRX. Everybody low. The base in now and freeing. Able to collect one there on the Trent. Now it's down to Leaf. Finds the two, but the defuse is already in. DRX take away the pistol.
That was oh so close, but I love DRX's game plan here. Go heavy C early, leave the Vice onto A, expecting that that's going to be the rotation path that G2 is going to want to take off of that Taeho drone. And they're so quick to get onto site to start causing chaos. That's when DRX is at their best on the defender side. It's when they're hitting teams right as they're trying to plant or right after, when they can't get into those comfortable post-plant setups.
And non-surprisingly, it's just going to be that stinger by coming through here for the side of G2, looking to really turn the tides instantly. So you have Hyunmin out wide here by Mount. Still thrown up over the top, going to get the spot there. Looks like they still want to try to engage on this position, and Jogamo able to go ahead and find him despite the paranoia. And that's going to be a weapon collected. Spam flies through. Mako able to barrel stuff to find one, but does get taken down. That leads the player advantage still here to the side of G2.
I like the ideas, though, from DRX early, where they're trying to shut down that Taeho drone before it can get some value, but it's still got enough, and it's still set up Jogamo for that first kill. There's a rotation, though, coming out of G2. They want to go to the other side of the map. They want to try to test that A Vice setup again. There is the wall there, or the vines inside of Tree proper. Leaf just sticking around here to keep the DRX players busy.
Doesn't eat any damage, puts a little bit back there in kind, and actually finds himself an elimination. Looking for the second, but can't draw down the classic, but the damage is still dealt. 2 HP here on Fraying, puts all of the weight on Bane's shoulders. Mind that balance still does have that recovered Bulldog from the hands of Hyunmin to make this all the more impossible for DRX.
30 seconds left.
So gonna be so difficult. Yeah, Fraying just so low on health there.
That instantly the pop flash the spot, and there's the spray down. Jogamo with 3 gets G2 on the board. The 4 Stingers, they end up singing true for G2 once again.
They're just so brilliant. I mean, it's obviously this team's calling card, and they're showing you why. Even if you know it's coming, it can be so difficult to stop the spot there. From the fade util. On point for G2. Leaf's so good in that moment, and with Stingers of their own, you can see that DRX just not quite as capable with that weaponry versus their opponents. So it's going to be a couple sheriffs, the buy-up. Jogamo does have an outlaw there.
Full gamble stack towards the C side of the map, but G2 already poking and prodding over towards A.
This is all part of the game plan, because if you went back and watched the tape from G2 versus Paper Rex, it was a lot of C pressure. It was a lot of Teho drone to clear mound into C hits, using the snake bite, the Teho launchers, and all that stuff to come through and open up some of that space. So DRX trying to get ahead of the curve a little bit if possible, but G2 has a good read on it so far.
As they swing this corner, they have to know exactly where everyone from G2 is at. TP back into the spawn for flashback, try to create a little bit of surround pressure here. Good damage going to be found there on the lead, puts him to 29. Jogamo here to reinforce. Outlaw at the ready. Should be Freeing's demise if they get to swing in. There it is, the first one. Drops back off the top of Rock there, so he's unable to find that second contention kill. Prowler getting a munch and now has to try to go for the reload, but Kevin caught off guard, just too many targets. They note flashback on that flank, and now it's just Bane to try to see if he can stop this from being a flawless. And he cannot. Another 3K from Jogamo. The flawless from G2, and now the lead.
Yeah, it's so far, you're seeing a very different idea of how to approach the map from G2. But it's still some smiles on the face of DRX. Something I was a bit worried about after that devastating loss to Fnatic, where they had to be feeling like they should have won that series 2-0. Instead, they fall 1-2. It's going to be Mako grabbing an Odin here. You actually don't see that every day. He's going to be
certainly not
planting himself in a tree. It's definitely not a weapon that he's known for, not something that we typically in Pacific are very familiar with. A bit of early spam, the haunt to try to get him set up. Valen does get caught, but he's behind the rubble.
Yeah, reveal on the 2. Paranoid's going to be sending him to try to take some aggressive space up and over the top. Here goes Yunmin. The frags back, avoiding the shots there from Jogamo's outlaw. Which absolutely would have been demised. Half armors on everyone aside from Freeing.
DRX already thinking about maybe their rotate coming through, or at least giving up a little bit more space. Mako's got to be careful. Full forces, other than Leaf, of G2 are starting to march their way forward. Just really going to take a pause here, though, RG2. This worked so effectively for Fnatic. Just waiting out DRX, seeing if they get impatient.
Swing in, just giving Mako too much to think about. They are able to overwhelm the Omen, finding that kill. Freeing, however, holding for that flank in towards B, is able to find one. Jogamo trying to pop out and get that shorty in action. Just find a good amount of damage on the Hyunmin, but cannot get the elimination. DRX with the player advantage. Well, boys, to try to go ahead and turn things around here in this map and tie it up.
30 seconds left.
Freeing's able to find Valen. Now it's just down to Trent. Freeing will be able to collect the third. 2-2. DRX answering back.
Well, the effective bonus, not going to go G2's way. Some good ideas, though. I mean, getting that early kill onto Mako, creating a little bit of extra space, but Gunman here, Johnny on the spot, Freeing as well, noting Leaf's lurk. Makes this a lot easier. Gunman finds a great timing on that swing from Heaven as well. Yeah, okay. That's good. I mean, Freeing's one of the players I have my eyes on for this match. He struggled against Fnatic, and he needs to pick it up. I mean, obviously, yes, you're looking at those double duelists, but Freeing, especially in terms of tracking down Leaf, making sure he can't cause problems because of how good Leaf was against Paper Rex, that's going to be a huge task for the young gun. A little bit of another mound hit here. DRX really wants to show up the C side. I like this game plan, though. I really do. Even if this doesn't work, I think these are the right decisions to be making.
Flash gets together. The Trent is there, able to play anti, and he guns down both duelists. Now the drone around the corner, getting the spot here on Mako. He doesn't manage to hold his own for one, but he's going to be stunned here into the corner, blinded up and taken down. Trent with a 3K. Just wants to go ahead and continue this pendulum swing of round wins. right back in the G2's favor.
Enemy remains.
He snaps on for Bane's head and now is on for an ace, but Fring is not looking to give him the opportunity. He's going to be sticking to the opposite side of the map. Maybe Trent goes hunting. But this round is absolutely G2's.
No doubt. Again, I don't mind the ideas here from DRX, but it's read nicely by G2. They've got a good sense of what the change-ups for their opponents were going to be. You know, looking back onto it, DRX played very safe, very not to lose against Fnatic, to be honest, on this map. And in my mind, I'm thinking they've got to turn up the pace. They got to get aggressive on the defender's side sometimes to at least get it in the minds of their opponents that that's something that's going to be possible, to make them a little bit more cautious about moving around the map. So it's not that big of a deal in this round, especially because you've still got money behind this for DRX to go into the next one. It's just a matter of freeing. Can he come through here? Trent's on the hunt.
Running out of time to be able to try to find this one, but he's going exactly to the right location. If he swings around this corner just fast enough, he's peeking in and he will get shut down. Freeing will retain his weapon. Asking, well, what was that?
It's a great turn of the flash. Needed a little bit more behind this, though. Just one flash. I feel like you could have dashed Hyunmin up and over. He could throw the saturate into that corner position where Trent was standing, maybe. I think you can add a little bit more layer to that C main hit.
Hey, that's
But
my
really
dog
for
right
DRX,
there.
with this comp, when they're the most successful on the defender side, it's getting aggressive early or disrupting plants. Those are really where they can get those few extra rounds that they really need. I mean, you looked at it beforehand in the analyst desk segment where they were talking about the win percentages on both sides of the map for DRX in this tournament. It's like 67% on the attack side, 31% on the defender side. So if they can up that, 31% to 35, 36, something like that, then they really could give themselves a great chance to come through with a win here today.
I think any of the DRX faithful out there watching going to be happy to see this sign here. The timeout call very early from Termi. The desk was talking about it, how weak the defending sides have been for DRX at this event. Knows that he needs to shore this up and get as many rounds as they possibly can. We'll still have a bye for the most part coming together on this one. Should be a lot of half armors though. See if this is going to be enough to try to get that conversion, keep things neck and neck, or if G2 can start to break away.
Curious if they'll play for the orb for Hyunmin here to get the convergent paths available. They do have the Steel Garden as well, so I think a lot of this round is going to be about dodging G2's initial sight hit. They've got the Fade ult, they've got the Taeho ult. Can you shut that down before you can get into that pit in the post plant?
It's going to be the drone again, up and over the top. Does get cleared by flashback, but his head is taken off. Great shot from Jogamo, and it's another critical punish being found here.
This is going to be interesting. The device wall is a little bit deeper here, so we just get a TP out from Jog. But the clone doesn't catch it. So this might catch G2 a little bit off guard if they commit to this C hit.
Mako, though, seeing trading back some blows there against Jogamo. This does lend all of DRX to know that this attack is going to be coming through here on this C side of the map. So now the Steel Guardian is just going to be sent out. It's Jogamo able to TP forward past the wall, which has not yet been popped, but Bane able to pop him in response. And now Mako gets in a position to try to hold the line here at this B side, pushes forward into the smoke, finds the timing, and Trent gets caught off guard, taken down. Paranoia is sent, but no one to receive it, as there's a spot out on the Leaf, who's now at risk. But he'll be sprayed down by Fring. Two players remaining here. It's Fallon and Jonah P to try to see if they can work some magic. Time's getting away from him, but Fallon finds a critical opening. Doesn't know what that B site would be primed for the taking. Instead, he's going to rotate back around and try to get this entry here onto the C side. As Fring does get spotted, sprayed out of the corner. Quick pivots here from Baines. He tries to get back into position. The time starting to tick. They go across. Getting ready to come through, and Jonah P, fast on the jump, is able to find Bane with a second to spare, and now comes down to Mako to see if he can clutch this up. He spots the first, gets the headshot, but he's down to 32. Watch them run. He's going to TP all the way across over towards Waterfall, but now has to rescale, clear this position. Shadows traveling. Still doesn't have a damn clue where Valon's at.
He's got to hit a headshot here.
Pretty much his only recourse that he has available to him. And I don't think he's going to read VALORANT out here at main. He does not. He gets taken down the timeout, does not find the conversion. G2 will stretch the lead by 2 rounds as VALORANT gets the crowd going.
Just tremendous awareness from Jonah P to clear that corner. That really opens things up, and expecting Bane to try to be hustling to see if he can delay the plant because of the time that's left on the clock. Great work from VALORANT in the post plant as well.
Who's the most experienced one now? Let's go, baby. Come on, boys.
It's still Mako.
It's still Mako.
Maybe not from an IGL perspective.
That's true.
Full sheriffs here for the side of DRX. Also plenty for the side of G2 and VALORANT. Starting off the round the way that he ended the previous one.
They still have the Armageddon in Trent. VALORANT has his ult. Still have the Viper's Pit for a post plant. Freeing going on a lurk. But it's being watched by Trent. Beautiful.
And even if that first layer gets broken down, you've got Leaf right around the corner to trade that back and deny a weapon recovery. G2 playing this very well, very patiently. It's allowing for DRX to just fall into their traps they have set up around the map.
Yeah, they're really playing some nice ideas. They've got good reads, good recovery when things went sideways in that previous round, so all indications that G2 has righted the ship since the loss to Paper Rex. It's going to keep their slow march forward. A flash. Flashback.
Swinging in. It's a bit of damage there, but Bane going to take it down at the same time. Full blind, connecting on the lead. Flashback going to be able to recover a weapon at least. Gunman, however, being to try to hold this line, and he cannot. Tagged out by the Haunt, hounded down by the Shorty. Question is, Flashback, does he try to play this in for any kind of damage, or to just hold on to the Phantom? It seems like it's likely going to be the latter. Does have an escape route set up there with that gate crash.
Yeah, time to just save. Keep that extra little bit of cash available if possible. Just nice work from G2. Winning some of their battles out in the open, taking Mako down quick at tree, and just slow and steady. Keep scaling in towards A. And it is a round in their hands. Still going to be sitting on those ults, and Jogamo's going to be one away from Dimensional Drift, which is a borderline 100% win for him on this map when he has it. He won so many in their previous matchup.
I mean, sure, he might die when he comes out and tries to shorty somebody, but
it's
well, for the not, he's setting up the rest of the team. Flashback, able to find one here. Jonah P just looking to span him out. Should be safe as Trent on the flank, not going to be able to get there in time, so the weapon will be carried over, but G2 continue to get further and further ahead here of DRX.
Yeah, this is a very pivotal round in this map for DRX. Got Bane's ultimate. Flashback also went away from his. And you've got the rifles. And the Econ not going to be great behind this. Meanwhile, G2 is sitting on everything but their Fade ultimate. So you need to make this one go. You need to get some value out of this. Win that mound fight early would be nice. But Jogamo has been so fearsome on the Yoru. He's been hitting some great shots to open things up for them, getting that big first kill.
Takes a TP to the front of B. It's like Hyunmin not really biting on this clone at least. Silence on the C front for now as Mako just looks to try to cycle these one-ways. Jogamo jump peek off the box. Not going to be able to see much.
Yeah, should be the drone coming next. See Mako kind of waiting for it.
Drone going now.
Gets the clear, but now the mask goes on. Jogamo chasing forward on the hunt. Does get blinded up as he goes forward here into the site. Might have just gotten the spot there on Mako, but it's hard to say. Either way, he's just going to be tucked in the smoke. It seems like maybe this has gone on scout, and maybe he just slipped the net. They can't steady the spray. Cannot collect the first. And Freeing cannot get anything in follow-up. Jogamo surviving with 33 HP as Hyunmin is now out into the open. Refracts back at 6 HP. Jogamo getting spammed down, but Leave covering fire is able to flush Flashback out of back sight, and that has got to be another call to save now. They just hightail it away at every twist and turn. G2 just seems to have the upper hand.
No, they're just really on point right now. And the fact that Mako can at least get one there out of that position that G2 kind of seemingly thought about. They threw the Tejo concussed into the smoke, or right on the edge of it. But they didn't expect him to be that tucked into that corner of the smoke. Jonah P gonna go see if he can find few extra prizes, take these guns away that DRX so desperately wants to keep into this next round.
Got plenty of cash, and if he just turned around and wall banged, decent chance to be able to get some shots there on the Hyunmin. Sussing it out, though. Options for where they could be tucked away. Very limited, but it seems like they're not going to go hunting too hard here. They'll just be very happy with a 4-round lead and a flawless. Go ahead and expound upon that even further. Oh, great jump into the front.
Really clean shots. Leap. Still good for it.
Yeah, actually just knifed him. That was sprinting.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Time to work.
Absolutely. Gonna be a tough one now. DRX, at least able to get a few of those ults out of that round, but gonna be a shotgun for Mako.
And it's going to be counter spam to take down Hyunmin. Just finds a couple there into the head. It's that Waylay absolutely dismantled. Wall now pumped by the clone. Vayne having to shift over. Try to maintain control of this position. Target-rich environment on the opposite side of that hall.
Vayne's got to be so careful in that position. Oh, so close with that spam, but Mako gonna come right back in.
Push now coming through, and Payne just cannot hold the line. Jogamo surviving with 70. Spike now to be planted here on this B site. And how are you meant to get back into this? What does the call end up looking like? Do you just hold on to the Vandal, send the others out to their demise? Seems like it's going to be likely. It's flashback scaling forward. Jonah Peach just on the opposite side, retucks into A main. Flashback goes hunting. He is anticipating the angle, but he still cannot find that shot. Jonah Page is too damn fast, too damn clean. It's back across. Jump should have been heard there. But freeing. Not sure about the presence around the corner, so just splits his attention. Falls to the wayside, and it's another round for G2.
Yeah, the discipline, so good for G2. Again, the early spam finds value. Jonah P ready for the attempted flank by Flashback. Vayne there just never comfortable in that position. And again, G2 with these mid-round pauses, it's something that DRX really struggles with on this map. They can't really figure out their opponent's rotations. They're not able to take full advantage of this high tempo comp that they've got going against ideas like this, and they still haven't really figured it out. You know, we've seen a bunch of different things. We've seen them get aggressive at C-Mound. Things like that that they normally don't do a lot of. Usually for DRX, it's a lot of early A rebel control and then try to just let, you know, freeing and maybe Flashback on the other side of the map, hold down the C site. In this case, G2's just all over the place. They're doing such a good job. You know, the early A pressure, throwing DRX off their game plan, able to anticipate one of the C hits. So far, so good for the Americas team. It's going to be both timeouts on this defender side. You'd love to get a couple more here as DRX. If you could get 4, you'd be okay. 5 would be wonderful. That's asking a lot.
It certainly is, but first time that we're really able to see the operator come into play here for Flashback. But Jogamo, he says, yeah, I expect that you're going to have this. I'm just going to look to match you on the opposite side. Won't be clashing against one another, at least not yet. See which one is going to be able to maximize the value from these hefty rifle purchases. Clear the haunt, the Prowler to check. Jogamo just trying to swing out a little wider. The reveal's going to be found by Mako, playing back Rebel. Just doesn't have the cover there. Actually really enabled Jogamo to get on that angle, so he ends up getting taken down. Trent now falling low, and Flashback posted up outside of B, finds 1, finds 2, and puts the spike down on the floor. The swing in, this time to Jonah P. Not going to be able to find the value off the Yode, and DRX suddenly look like they have woken up off the back of that timeout call.
Yeah, this is a good read to finally go back to some of that A rebel control I was talking about that DRX really likes on this map. And a big part of it is, yeah, you get the 1 kill, but you force them to the other side right into Flashback's op. He's able to take so much space. It's not challenged at all by G2. This is such an important part of DRX's defender's side game. You're going to see it on Abyssa as well, is that op from Flashback. If he can be on point with it, he is a game changer for sure. You saw a little bit of that in the previous round.
Some signs of life here from DRX. There is still a pulse, but Whether or not they can fully be rescued, that is yet to be seen. As looking for that dive, looking for that collapse in as that Nightfall crashes across, but everybody from G2 very quick to exit. Slide back away. Spike now going to get scooped up.
I was just about to say, look where they're leaving that spike. They're going to try to play with the other side of the map. The Vice Wall a little bit further back again.
Peek in, flashback, able to find the headshot there on the Trent.
Crazy good.
Decent amount of their space-making util now out of the hands of G2.
You have the fatal.
Flashback just going to go sprinting forward to try to scout everything out. Seems like he's seen plenty. As Valen just TPing in. They just can't hear a damn thing. Freeing going to be struck down the plant now, getting ready to come through. Payne clearing the haunt, swinging in, and Jogamo has his number. Flashback frantically, looking for anything that he can get with his operator in hand. Spotted on the one, but now Jogamo looking to close the gap, swings forward. I think he saw Mako, but Mako will be able to find that kill, but now finds himself in a 1v3. Response here from G2. So damn clean. Valen always willing to take the risk, to make the bold plays. Fring was none the wiser. Operator will have to be saved. You would suspect. Final peek here from Mako, but nothing to be seen. It's going to be G2 now. They're getting up to 8 DRX, the best they can hope for. It's got to be that 4 to 8 scoreline here at the half, but every single time they have gotten around when they have not been able to find the follow-up. G2 just continue to smother.
Yeah, this ult combo, something that G2 so good at. Didn't really see this attempted versus Paper Rex. It just catches him a bit off guard. Look at that, he sees the player go by.
He lost him.
Yeah, he just says, well, I'm gonna let him go and check again. Jogamo's so good at pushing that back alley on C site. He does it time and time again. And he's so clean, he's so tricky with his util. Love the way that he does it on a lot of maps too. G2 gets the site, he's gonna start pushing space. If they get A, sometimes they'll push stairs. Yeah, that's a clone. But a little bit tricky right now for DRX to read what's going on. But you should see Trent, that's when things should start kind of be worrying, and now the Jogamo ult.
Yeah, here we go again. Has it at the ready, has the spot here on the Freeing. Quick exit here around the corner, and flashback dead to Valen's hands. Didn't even really need to jump. Jogamo going to get caught with util. As the Steel Garden now going to be invested. Spike not planted. This allows for DRX to quickly flood back in. Stop that spike from going down. Well, shorties in hand. Valen here around the corner. Looking for that first one, but it's going to be Freeing. Finding himself a third. His leap also does get taken down. The 4K now coming through and Freeing. One bullet has to get the reload. It's on for the ace. Spike is stranded. And almost certainly the round over. Unless Jonah P can take him to school. Just doesn't know. And all three players are forward here on the site. Prowler gets the scout onto one. Checking the close angle from the counter spam. It's going to be Bane to take it away. I don't think Freeing going to be too bothered. They needed that round.
Still though, you can see why G2 likes this map, why they are very comfortable to pick into it. And it's not surprising to me at all. I thought for sure this was going to be their pick against DRX.
The double duelist now getting ready to go on the attack. DRX needing to run this back in a big way. They found that opening pistol. They're going to need to find it again, but this time not drop the anti-eco. They're going to send it down to the floor though here and hear from a couple fans down on the floor and get their thoughts on the match.
DRX a ses fans en France et on sait grâce à qui. DRX French fan Ulysse just joined me. Hi Ulysse, and I heard that you discovered, DRX team through one of our faction leaders. So can you tell us about it? Je crois que tu as découvert DRX avec un de nos leaders de faction. Donc est-ce que tu peux nous raconter un peu cette aventure?
Donc bien sûr, je suis Weeper depuis très longtemps. Allez! On a rejoint la faction, j'espère que tout le monde l'a rejoint. On suit les matchs DRX toutes les semaines depuis les Champions, depuis les splits en Pacifique. Et DRX win.
DRX win, yes. So we've been following DRX with Weeper for years now. He's not missing any match and we hope that he can take the win. And speaking about wins, DRX are attending champs every year. And what is going to be different, this year? What will it take for them to take the crown? Donc ouais, on sait que DRX ont été à chaque Champions. Ça a été compliqué, ils n'ont jamais réussi à aller plus loin forcément que ça. Qu'est-ce qui va être différent cette année pour qu'ils aillent chercher le trophée à Paris?
Ce qui va changer, c'est le double dueliste de Yunmin et Flashback. Ils vont tout faire
This guy is a hype guy, I love it.
Et c'est comme ça, on a la meilleure équipe du monde et on va gagner ce soir.
We have the best team in the world. We're gonna win tonight, of course, and the double duelist, Hyunmin and Flashback is gonna carry us. Let's see now if Whipper and Ulyss Buff can carry DRX on Lotus. Let's see it now.
Let's see indeed. The faithful still believing that at the moment DRX find themselves in a 4-round deficit. Take a look at our Coinbase Econ report. Fairly even here, freeing though. Leveling up for the side of DRX, but Jogamo, he's done some risky plays. He's had a couple foolish deaths, but ultimately that impact that you expect from him is certainly being seen.
Exactly. He is so good on this map with the Yoru. It's so fun to watch him play because he's willing to get aggressive. He's willing to go for some lurks, some kind of trickery, and he's so cagey. He's so difficult to track down. Once G2 kind of gets into some space, gets towards a site, that's when he becomes an absolute nightmare to deal with. And you saw it on that last round with that 3K. Just brilliant work around those smokes with his own util. It's so fun to watch him play.
Freeing right there. The guiding light at the moment here for the side of DRX. And finds himself just one kill behind Jogamo at 12, 8, and 2. Need to see the step up though from Hyunmin, from Bane. Got to see a little bit of life from Flashback once that operator come online, but it didn't last too long.
See if this has some pace behind it here. Tog has the TP set up, so he's okay.
Refract did get popped here.
They were looking for corner contact there. One of the rounds versus Paper X, it was just a big fight at B. So DRX just looking to see if they could kind of replicate and get some success out of it themselves. Gunman, though, taking a lot of space here.
Yeah, up and over the top. Should have seen Valen there at top row. All of G2 pulling back. Mako forward at stairs. Just trying to cycle these smokes forward, freeing. Catching a glimpse there as he plays around the back of Rubble. Checking to A main, trying to see if there's going to be that deep flank coming through, but we can tell G2, everybody now pushing forward from stairs, from Baby Door. Paranoia at the moment on this line. Not going to be connecting here on to Mako, so he's able to find the first touch back into back sight. Out to safety. Hyunmin's there for the covering fire. Flashback as well, getting involved. A lock on from Hyunmin, able to find Leaf, and now down to Jogamo in a 1v3. Frenzy in hand can certainly deal some damage. Finds the first. Hyunmin low, but Jogamo lower. Tagged down to 10, and Bane still there on that flank. We'll be able to put him down. It's going to be another pistol going the way of DRX. Question becomes, can they get the follow-up?
Man, for a moment there, I thought we might see another Jogamo magic frenzy clutch like we did against DRG. The man is something special with that gun. And he came close. He did a ton of damage. But DRX just sturdy enough. And that entry there, able to take advantage of a weakness. A little bit of a buy-up for Leaf.
From the defending side, not looking to go for the singers here. So we'll just be a ghost for Leaf. Still going to be an attempted crunch play out of B main, one at which freeing quickly does identify and calls for some reinforcements. But G2 have already backed away.
Yeah. It's good from DRX to at least respect it. Make sure that they can use that long-range weaponry to shut it down. And you don't know, who knows, maybe there's stingers coming through.
Flashback already.
This is
very forward space.
Yeah, this is something they were doing a lot against Fnatic, and something that I think they've taken out of Paper Rex's book, watching the way something can get info, push through on towards A, and at least keep track of what's going on.
Oh, looks away from the angle there. As the door gets tapped, Valen's attention gets pulled in from behind. It's a little bit of a team saturate there. Flashback still going to be looking to play very riskily. Jogamo, I don't think he's going to register that there's already a player right behind the box around the corner. Shoulder not going to be spotted here. As Flashback goes walking forward, quick scopes in. He's able to find Trent. Clone now out, swings the corner, gets the spot here, gets the kill in his dying breath. So Marshall can be handed over to Leaf, but not sure if he's going to get too many opportunities to try to utilize it. Goes down the stairs instead. Now it's just Jonah P. Held at bay by the Vice Wall, but needing to try to get into range to maybe find himself dead to the spike, but it's going to be Mako instead. No forced buy, no drop round. DRX now just 2 away from tying things up.
But you got to be feeling good if you're a DRX fan, seeing some of the confidence, especially out of flashback with the sniper rifles. It's such a big piece of the puzzle for them. And if he's willing to take these aggressive fights like that, he's got to be feeling it. And that's good. That's what you need. Just a nice little call here. A site was really where, especially early on Paper X's attacker side, where they did a ton of damage against G2 on this map. So let's see if that's something that DRX wants to do. If they're going to try to be a little bit ambiguous with it, or at least make them respect the C hits early. See a bit of a commitment. There is going to be that Odin early for Jonah P. Flashback, not happy with what he's seeing, and he's right to get the hell out of there.
Quick exit, and this does have them funneling in now to the weaker sites. Just Valen here to try to hold this line. We're going to be scooped up one away from a dimensional drift here for Flashback as Shenman goes on the entry. The Thorn's now going to be popped. G2 scrambling to try to get into position to go for a retake. Giacomo very fast to arrive. Try to lay some pressure in through this smoke, but just doesn't have eyes on anything.
If you can keep him contained, you can get that Tejo going with the U-tilt.
Almost still going to be available here as Trent. Double forward face in towards Waterfall. They're able to tuck back, but now the Salvo here at freeing speed, and he is going to be dead to right. Jonah P is also able to find bait at the same time. The post plant's falling apart as Giacomo mows him down. Bonus conversion not to be found. It's going to be a flawless ante here from G2.
Just love the way they play this. Just keep them pinned in the sight. You've got so much great util between the Viper, the Fade, the Tejo, and of course Giacomo to get the job done. Tremendous work from him. Oh, what a nice little transfer there. Another 3K for him. 18 kills, 10 deaths on the map for the duelist of G2. That was just a bonus for DRX. Now, we go to Rifle v Rifles. Odin carried over. This is where things get real interesting. This is where we start to see if DRX has legs on this map to make a run back, make it close. Have to wait and see.
Who's next?
Dimensional drifts could be exchanged here in this round. It's going to be Flashback using his first. Giacomo is available for a retake. Freeing now going to be cut off from the rest of the team, forcing him to lurk all the way back across, potentially through Baby Door. There's two players on the hunt as the spike now does go down here on this C site.
Planted.
Man, they back Freeing way off though. See if he can get the read and get back over quickly.
He's losing critical time here. G2 is going to have a player advantage. Quick clear of the drone. Salvo still available. Sees onto the corner there. Waterfall, nothing going to be spotted. Giacomo goes forward. Dimensional drift, catching a glimpse of one. Looks up, will be able to find Bane. Drops down. Salvo's there at his feet. Simple avoided, but Giacomo finds the first, and Mako, none the wiser. Taken down from behind. As now it's just Free, frantically spraying and praying. But his prayers are not going to be answered. G2 once again overwhelm and dismantle DRX.
Man, Giacomo is just an absolute treat here. I mean, Mako just caught very off guard. Comms maybe not quite coming through in time. I mean, he's so fast with it anyway. He gets right up there and gets on his feet. Well deserved. That puts him up to 21.
Alex, bro, you're in there like swimwear, whatever they say.
I don't think, did people say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in there like swimwear.
I've never heard that.
Hard in the paint.
That I've heard.
But
Cutting through.
I didn't think I'd hear
I used to be a swimmer.
somebody as young as Valen saying that.
I was on swim team. I never heard it. Well, DRX going to be down to a couple Guardians and Sheriffs. Try to see if they can turn things around. Mako, though, okay.
ADS'd in. Doesn't really find any damage at all. Mako, armorless, able to just somehow dodge his way through all those. Oh, decent little fish damage there. Flashback taken down to 49. Oh, that's going to be a spot there on Mako now. You can see it. Identifying factor is Jonah P. Re-swings back into Drake. 2 kills going to be cleaned up. Finds himself a third as well. Spring will be able to deny the exit from Giacomo, but now it's he and Mako. Guardians in hand. Trying to see if they can try to recover this spike. Freeing now has been taken down. It's all on Mako. Does manage to find the pen shot. He gets a punish here onto the Odin, so spike now going to be recovered.
This is all.
He does have the ult, but does he decide to go for it? Still just that Guardian. Still no armor. It still is Mako. It still is certainly possible.
I think they've got a read on where Leaf went. They pinged it out on the map.
Cover going out.
Mako's going to be given the 1v1 a chance.
They might think that this smoke is going to be an attempt to fake. Mako still playing forward here into this A site. The time, however, getting away from him. He's going to face in towards backside. And Trent ends up getting timinged. The 3K so far. Guardian v Guardian, the armor advantage. A swap of the weapons now. Mako gets the Phantom. Gets a chance to try to bail them out and get DRX right back into this.
What a moment it would be. How many times have we seen Mako with those big clutches, but Leaf so good in these scenarios as well.
Turns away right as he would have seen the gun barrel. Leaf instead sliding over towards drop, goes for a quick peek. Goes for the tap. He's holding it the half, and Mako is back! A Red Bull clutch on the biggest stage to get DRX back into this map.
What a magician. No armor in this round. Able to out-duel the Odin through the wall spam with just a few seconds left on the clock. About 9 when Trent gets taken down. Mako gets it done. Old reliable. Finds a way to keep DRX in. Gives them some hope, but it's going to be an operator for Jogamo to back up that Odin of Jonah P. Heavy firepower for G2. The hit coming in.
Quickly in. Trent there at upper. Peek coming through. Hyunmin nearly caught. Just the tuck into the corner, avoids the stun. Clears the drone. As the clone goes through. Shot, however, from Jogamo. Up close and personal. Up in hand is able to find it there. Player advantage once again going to be found for Paranoia. Dodge, but freeing, eating damage, and just gets mowed down. As they double base in, Jogamo gets the swap, gets the kill on the Bane. The flash is there, but the spray is not. Flashback running out of bullets, and now Mako once again having to do it all, but this time in a 1v5. Finds the first to defuse, being stuck. The push coming in, gets the first, and the up from Trent will shut down any potential follow-up heroics. G2 once again. Just do not allow DRX to wiggle their way back into this. They maintain a 4-round lead.
And again, it's this contain that they're able to set up a huge opener for Jog, the TP as well. Off the back of the Nightfall, DRX has no idea it's coming. What a phenomenal ult that has been for them in a couple of these rounds. It's been a difference maker. That Viper wall as well, being pivotal to cut off that angle, that Mako, that crossfire that he wants to set up. So well put together from G2.
Has himself a hero Vandal. Is the pit immediately going to be invested on the B site? Prowler for the check, but no follow-up spam to try to find Leaf.
And this buy is painful for DRX. Can't even get sheriffs on a couple players.
Jogamo has the flick, flashback, sat down.
Fake teleport. Time to jump.
Gate crash at the ready to relocate should he need to.
Freeing, playing around on the edge of the Viper's pit there, over by B, looking to try to catch off surprise, but Jogamo just too good.
It can be recovered. We'll go now into the hands of Hyunmin, who's been having a rough go of it, 6-13-7. Can he answer anything back is the question. Nice G2. Very well poised to get themselves slotted up to map point, and Jogamo's not done yet. Already some chance for the ace coming through here from the audience. Bane's gonna look to try to find an opening. Slot freeing forward here onto the site, but Trent is just too damn fast on the draw. Green will find the one, he'll drop the pit, but cannot drop Trent. G2 up to 12.
Solid, consistent play, and Jogamo, his reign of destruction here on Lotus, is sending DRX reeling. 3 big kills again. I don't know how many 3Ks he has in this game, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
He's got 27.
He is just unreal today. I mean, you hear it talked about him all the time, and he's showing it. A big game player, and he always shows up when G2 needs him.
27-19 rounds. Disgusting performance here from Job. 1.5 limbs per round. Just quickly some space being taken over here towards A. Tap at the door. Jonah P hanging back and getting an immense amount of damage there on the Mako. Takes him to 43, and Trent on the peek out from stairs. Able to find freeing. The catch on the Jogamo, they're at drop, but no one's pushing forward, no one's scaling to really try to take him down. Presence now known, finds the shotgun, minute dead, a 2v4 to try to extend the map here for DRX. Now, the 1v4, Bane completely, utterly screwed as the util dump goes his way. Had Bella not killed him, the Armageddon certainly would have. The defuse is in, and G2 claimed victory here on their map pick of Lotus.
Looking very cool, calm, and collected. Great ideas, great little change-ups. We have another map coming up soon.
We do. It's the Abyss pick here for DRX that needs to turn the tide and try to make it over to Bind. We'll see if they can make it happen or if G2 will get the 2-0 when we come back.